There's a saying that goes, the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. And basically, the point of that is to say there's problems on both sides, but the people on the side where the grass is not that green think that the people on the other side of the fence have greener grass, so they're happier. And it probably goes the same way, that the people with the greener grass think the people with the not so green grass are happier. So basically, the point is, don't be sad or angry because other people have more than you, or or you want the things that other people have, because material items doesn't necessarily mean happiness. Money does not equal happiness. Okay, I went sourcing today looking for stuff to resell, and I always go to this one place early in the morning and on certain days. And so I was, getting stuff. There was a lot of good stuff, for cheap. And a guy came up who I always see. I always talk to him. And first thing he says is, "Oh, you already got all the good stuff, huh? You already got all the good stuff." And I was like, "Actually, no, there's a guy that always comes before me, and he gets a lot of the good stuff." And I said, "There's enough for everybody." I was like, there's enough for everybody. There's enough for everybody. And he was like, with that mentality, you're not going to get very far in life. With the mentality of thinking there's enough, with a mentality of abundance, he thinks I'm not going to get very far in life. But when you think there's not enough, when there's never enough for you, then that's what you manifest, or that's what comes into your life, because you always think somebody has it better, somebody came before, somebody got all the good stuff. Because that's what you're thinking. But if you think like there's enough for everybody, there's enough stuff to go around, let everybody win. That's the way I see it. If I'm in Vegas, I don't really like to gamble, but if I'm in Vegas and I am gambling, I'm like, I hope everybody wins. Where some people are like, oh, I want to win, I don't want anybody else to win. It's just a negative way to think. It's very negative. And you attract that into your life when you think that way. It's like me and a guy were talking and saying, it doesn't matter when you go, because people are constantly bringing new stuff out at the swap meet, yard sales, whatever. People are bringing stuff out throughout the day. So you can go early in the morning and you can miss out on all the stuff that they bring out later in the day. And the person can go later in the day. Doesn't mean they missed out on it because everybody before them got everything, all the good stuff, because they could have forgot something and brought it out and it was something good. So you never know. You can't have that negative mentality because it's never going to be enough. You're going to be stressed out. You're going to be thinking the grass is greener. And all that does is bring stress and negativity and anger, bitterness. And that's not a good way to live, because people don't want to be around those types of people. People want to be around positive people. People that think in terms of abundance. So don't wish ill on other people and want everything for yourself. Like I said, there's enough to go around. Wish the best for everybody. Wish the best for everybody, and you're thinking positively, and you're bringing that positivity into your life, and you're not stressed out, you're not angry, you're not bitter, and people want to be around you, and people want to help you, and people will give you stuff. Whereas if you're negative, like, oh man, these people took everything, and you're angry, and nobody's going to want to help you, no one's going to want to give you. I mean, people give me stuff because I'm a positive person. I'm nice, I'm upbeat. And another guy there, I was talking to him about it, and he's like, oh, well, man, nice guys finish last. And I was like, not necessarily. I mean, there's a difference between being nice and being like naive and letting people take advantage of you. You know, I'm not letting people take, like they say, don't mistake my kindness for weakness, because just because you're kind doesn't mean you're weak. Okay, so you have to have that positive mentality, and then the same guy that was negative, saying if you have that mentality, then you're never going to get anywhere. Then we started going into, people, and people in certain situations, and I was feeling that a lot of people are in certain situations not by their own doing. And he was like, oh, well, then you take off, you take the blame off of them and you put it on everybody else. And I agree with him to an extent. There are people who are lazy. There are people who just want to take advantage of the system. But I believe there are people out there who are victims of circumstance, who are, have mental issues, or just have no control over the place that they are. So I don't put the blame, I don't blanket statement anybody that like doesn't have a job, or anybody that isn't working hard. I don't blanket statement every single person and say, oh, well, get a job, you loser. All you need to do is do this. All you need to do is get out there and work. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that easy for some people. Some people have issues, and that plays a major factor. People have issues. They can't cope with people. There's such thing as social anxiety. They can't be around people. It's like they have no control over that. So you can't blanket statement everyone and say, oh, just go get a job. Yes, you can do it, but not everybody's like you. And that's negative. If you go around just, being bitter and angry, like, oh, you just need to get a job, these people, all they're doing is, mooching off. Well, like I said, there are people that do that, and they are a drain on the taxes and the middle class. But the thing is, there are people, you can't think that way for everybody, because not everybody is like that. That's another way of thinking negatively, angry and bitter at the world because they're just lazy, and they have to work, and he has to work and pay for all these people that are just mooching off of his taxes. And it's like, yeah, some people are, but some people are just, like I said, victim of circumstances. So think positive, give them the benefit of the doubt. I mean, it's just thinking negatively, as I stated, is going to bring stress into your life. It's going to bring negativity in your life. It's going to bring that mentality into your life, and you're not attracting. I'm not like big into like manifesting and all that thing, but I think your attitude plays a major role in the way your life is. So if that's the case, then you should do everything you can to be positive, to think in a positive manner. You don't want to have the mentality of, oh, it's never enough, because there's always going to be that one person ahead of you. There's always going to be that one person with more money than you. There's always going to be that one person. There's always going to be that one person. So if there's always going to be that one person, what's the point in getting angry? What's the point in getting mad? What's the point of living your life in a state of like with a chip on your shoulder your entire life? If you know that's going to be a constant, that there's always going to be somebody ahead of you, then why not let it go and be happy instead of bitter? Because there's no way to change that. So be positive. Wish the best for everybody. Don't think every single person that doesn't have a job just doesn't want to work, that they're lazy. Be positive. Think positive. Be happy. And that will be your life, positivity. And people will want to help you. And you will go ahead, and people will give you stuff. And that's like free. That's not even having to buy it. Because people like you. People want to be around you because you bring everybody up, because you make everybody happy. Be a positive person and see how that changes your life. God bless you. Have a good evening.